Hi kids, welcome back. We're looking at Lesson 8. Lesson 8 is about marbles. Marbles? What are marbles? Do you play with marbles? This boy here is very good at playing marbles. Look at his thumb. It's up here like this. And you can see the marble here. The marble is a round piece of glass. It's not that big. Okay? A marble is usually that big. But the camera, it's close to the camera. It's close, so we see it really big. But usually, a marble is only about this big. Okay, about that big. And you hold it in your hand and you shoot it with your thumb like that. And that's what he's doing. Marbles. Let's learn about marbles. In our book, we have a table of contents. A table of contents. A table of contents shows us what the book is about. Each chapter, each section has a subject, right? So we will look at these different subjects, and these are the page numbers where we can find these subjects. So in this book, we are going to learn about early marbles. Early marbles, marbles from a long time ago. Okay, that's the first subject. The second subject is making marbles. Making marbles? How do we make marbles? How are marbles made? That's on page 4. Marbles everywhere. That's interesting. We'll talk about how many people play marbles in the world. And it says everywhere. Maybe it's everywhere in the world. The next section is playing marbles. Playing marbles. How do you play marbles? Remember the picture of the boy? He's shooting the marble. Well, how do you play marbles? What games are there? So playing marbles, that's on page 8. And finally, collecting marbles. There are many kinds of marbles. You can collect them. If you find a special marble, or wow, it's very rare, not common, you can collect and keep those marbles. That's on page 10. And finally, we have an index. An index? What's an index? In many books, you can find an index at the back of the book. An index is a list of important words, names, places that were in the book. And on that list, you can find the word and it shows you the page number. Where was that word? So if you find some interesting words or you want to remember some interesting fact about a person or a place, look in the index. It's in alphabetical order, A, B, C, D, E, so on. And it will show you the word you're looking for or the name and the page number. Then you go back to the page number and you can read about it again. So indexes are very helpful. Okay, let's begin with the book. Let's begin with our first subject. We're on page 2 and we're talking about early marbles. That's what we found in the table of contents. So early marbles, early marbles. Early means like a long time ago. Have you ever played marbles? Have you ever played marbles? I don't know about your generation. Maybe you play marbles. I think kids your age usually are playing video games, right? But people play marbles, even now today. Sometimes I hope you go outside and play. Playing marbles is a good game to play outside with your friends. Marbles is a very old game. It's very old. People played it for a long time, but you can still play it today. People have played marbles for thousands of years. Have played. We're talking about something that people have been doing for a long time. People have played marbles for thousands of years. People have driven cars for hundreds of years. Well, about 100 years, really. Not hundreds, 100 years, right? People have fought in wars for thousands of years. We're talking about things that people, not nowadays, but for a long time, what have people done? What do people do, right? For a long time. So we use have played. People have played marbles for thousands of years. And many people play marbles today. So if we say quaggle, right? Quaggle, past tense. They have played for thousands of years. That's past tense, have played. But if you're talking about now, 지금, right? 지금에, we play marbles today, every day, especially habit. We play marbles today. We play marbles all the time. Yesterday, today, tomorrow, we play marbles. We just use present tense, play marbles. Did you know? 재미있어 fact. Something interesting. Marbles have been found in ancient Egyptian tombs. Wow. Have been found, that means it happened a long time ago, or it happened before, and it happened a few times. Have been found in ancient Egyptian tombs. What is a tomb? A tomb is a place when a person dies. Their friends, their family, the people who knew them, they put their body in a special place. It's like a grave, but graves are underground. Tombs are like buildings above ground. They're like buildings for the dead person, the people who died. Now, ancient Egyptian, how long ago is that? That's going back 5,000 years. So that's going back a long, long time. One more zero. 5,000 years ago. Can you imagine that? That's really, really long time ago. And marbles were used 5,000 years ago. Wow. Marbles have been used for a very, very long time. Okay? People have played marbles for thousands of years. Okay. Why the name marble? Why is the name marble? Well, think about this. Marble is a very hard stone. Do you see this rock here, this marble? It's perfectly round. It's very smooth. But it comes from a rock. It's a very special rock. Think about buildings. If you go downtown to your city, look at the big office building. Go inside the office building. On the floor, sometimes the floors are very shiny and smooth, and they're made of a rock that has a pattern like this. Wow, it looks very nice, very expensive. That's marble. Also on the walls, sometimes, of nice buildings, they also have marble walls. So office buildings, hotels, luxury apartment, they will have marble on the floors, sometime on the walls. And this is a stone that is used, and these were used to make marbles. That's where the name comes from. So marble is a small toy, but it's also a type of stone. So that's where the name comes from. Early marbles were often made of this stone. This is where the name comes from. That's where the name comes from. It was made from this stone, so it's called marble. That's why we call it marble. Of course, these are very expensive because that stone is very expensive. However, nowadays, today, most marbles are made of glass. So, making marbles. How do we make marbles? A long time ago, marbles were made of stone, especially marble. But nowadays, especially marble is very expensive and it's not very common, right? Glass is not expensive and it's much more common. So today, most marbles are made of glass. They are usually made by machines. Made by machines, not a person. We don't have thousands of people making little marbles. No, just one or two or a few people use machines to make many marbles. Of course, most things that are made today are made by machines, made by machines. If you go into a store, all the toys are made by machines. All the furniture, most of the things in the store are made by machines. Okay, not by hand. The other word is made, whoops, what is going on here with my pen? By hand. If something is made by hand, that's one person made it with his or her hands. That's more expensive because it takes a longer time. Nowadays, most things are made by machines. Now, it's made by machines. It goes through a step-by-step process. A step-by-step process. P-R-O-C-E-S-S. Step-by-step process. Step 1, Step 2, Step 3, Step 4. There are 4 steps, step-by-step process to making marbles from glass by machines. Step number 1. Broken glass is melted. Think about that, broken glass. So when you drink a drink from the store and the bottle is made of glass, you drink it once and throw it away. Then what happens to it? Well, maybe you throw it away, it breaks, or you put it in the garbage, it gets broken, right? But that's not the end. We can use that glass again. So we take that broken glass and we melt it. Melt is when you take something that is solid, that is has a shape to it, and you heat it up, right? You put it in an oven like that. This is all the broken glass. He's putting it in the oven. It's very, very hot. What happens? The glass melts. It becomes a liquid, like water, right? So right now, it's a solid, like a stone, right? Like something hard. You put it in an oven, it melts, it becomes like water. And then you can shape it. You can change the shape, right? So broken glass is melted. The melted glass, it's still like water. It's pushed through a tube, this tube here, and it's pushed through the tube. When it goes to the tube, it cools down. It's not hot, so it becomes a solid again. It becomes hard again. So, but it's shaped like the tube, round like the tube. It comes down the tube right here, and it goes into the roller. It rolls around, and as it rolls, it loses heat. It becomes harder, right? But now it's rolling around, right? The small pieces drop onto a roller. The roller rolls them into round balls. That's how they become a ball, like the globe, right? A perfect circle, a 3D circle, right? That's how it happens in the roller. Wow, it's really easy, right? You just pour the glass here, goes into the roller, becomes hard, and it rolls around, and it becomes a smooth and polished glass, one marble. Okay, number 4, step 4, the final step. The round balls of glass are marbles, and you can see them here. Wow, they're really cool looking. And look, there's so many different colors, many different styles, and some are big, some are small. A big marble is probably about this big, right? About that big, okay? That's a really big marble. Most marbles are about this size here, about this size, okay? But sometimes you can have bigger marbles, right? Small marbles and big marbles. And it depends on how big is the roller. And you have many different colors, and sometimes you can see through them and their colors inside. They're very beautiful, made of glass. They're really cool. Okay, so those are marbles. So we've looked at how long marbles have been played with, and we've also seen how to make marbles. Okay, well, I'll see you next time. Let's wrap it up here. I'll see you next time.